Manufacture of sodium hydroxide, NaOH, by Castner Kellner cell. Principle. In the Castner Kellner process, sodium hydroxide is manufactured by electrolysis of an aqueous solution of sodium chloride which is called brine. Here ionization of brine or sodium chloride takes place to produce sodium cation Na+ and chloride Cl- ion. It is shown in reaction clearly. At cathode, sodium cation Na+ takes an electron to form sodium, and at anode chloride Cl- ion forms chlorine, liberating one electron. This chlorine reacts with another chlorine to form chlorine molecule Cl2 as shown in the reaction. The cell has 3 compartments, 2 outer compartments and 1 central compartment. It involves following reactions. In outer compartment, graphite rod acts as anode and mercury acts as cathode. In this compartment, brine solution acts as electrolyte. Brine solution is the solution of 28% sodium chloride. At this compartment, ionization of brine or sodium chloride takes place to produce sodium cation Na+ and chloride Cl- ion. It is shown in reaction clearly. At anode, chloride Cl- ion forms chlorine, liberating one electron. This chlorine reacts with chlorine to form chlorine gas molecule Cl2. At cathode, sodium cation Na+ takes an electron to form sodium. This obtained sodium reacts with mercury to form sodium amalgam NaHG. In central compartment, mercury acts as anode and iron rods acts as cathode. In this compartment, dilute solution of sodium hydroxide NaOH acts as electrolyte. At cathode, water molecules takes 2 electrons to form 2 hydroxide ion, liberating hydrogen gases as shown in the reaction. At anode, sodium amalgam loses 2 electrons to give sodium cation Na+ and mercury Hg. This mercury acts as intermediate anode. The produced sodium cation Na+ react with hydroxide ion to form sodium hydroxide, NaOH. Details of Castner Kellner process for the manufacture of sodium hydroxide. Here we can see the apparatus is divided into 3 compartments. Out of these 3 compartments we can see 2 types of cells. The 2 types of cells are separated by slate partition. The middle cell or compartment is common cell compartment for 2 outer cell compartments. The similar type of cell is shown on the right and left of the diagram, that uses an electrolyte of sodium chloride solution known as brine solution, and graphite anode, and mercury cathode. The 2 outer compartment acts as same type of cells, and the other type of cell is shown in the center of the diagram, which uses an electrolyte of sodium hydroxide solution, and mercury anode, and iron cathode. The mercury electrode is common between the 2 types of cells. This is achieved by having the walls separating the cells dip below the level of the electrolytes but still allow the mercury to flow beneath them. The chlorine gas that results vents at the top of the outside cells, where it is collected as a byproduct of the process. It is clearly seen in the figure. In the outer cell, sodium is generated which dissolves in the mercury to form an amalgam. The mercury conducts the current from the outside cells to the center cell. In figure we can see induction wheel which provides a rocking mechanism that agitates the mercury to transport the dissolved sodium metal from the outside cells to the center cell. The anode reaction in the center cell takes place at the interface between the mercury and the sodium hydroxide solution. The concentration of sodium chloride in the outside cells decreases and the concentration of sodium hydroxide in the center cell increases. As the process continues, some sodium hydroxide solution is withdrawn from center cell as output product and is replaced with water. Sodium chloride is added to the outside cells to replace what has been electrolyzed. Details of Castner Kellner process. It consists mercury cathode cell, which is a rectangular vessel divided into 3 compartments by a nonporous slate partition which do not touch the bottom of the cell. A layer of mercury separates each compartments at the bottom of the cell. One end of the cell is pivoted and the rest of the part rests on an induction wheel, which gives the rocking motion to the cell so mercury can circulate from one compartment to other. The outer compartment of the cell consists of graphite as anode and filled with brine solution, 28% NaCl, and the central compartment of the cell consists series of cylindrical iron rod as cathode and filled with water. The layer of mercury acts as cathode in outermost compartments, whereas anode in inner compartment due to induction. When we pass electricity through the brine solution as electrolyte, it gets ionized at outer compartment as follows. Here ionization of brine or sodium chloride takes place to produce sodium cation Na+ and chloride Cl- ion. It is shown in reaction clearly. Where chloride Cl- ion oxidizes and evolved chlorine gas molecule which passes through outlet. Sodium cation Na+ discharges at mercury cathode and forms sodium amalgam as shown in reaction. At cathode sodium cation Na+ and mercury forms sodium amalgam with the help of electron. And at anode chloride Cl- ion forms chlorine liberating one electron as shown in the reaction. This chlorine reacts with chlorine to form chlorine molecule Cl2 as shown in the reaction. Due to rocking motion of the cell, the amalgam NaHG flows towards central compartment and reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide, mercury, and hydrogen gas as shown in the reaction. Hence, the amount of sodium hydroxide NaOH is about 20% in the cell. It is pumped and cast into pallets. In this way we can manufacture sodium hydroxide by Castner Kellner process.